Hey everybody, welcome to the Original Art Experience. It's Friday night, it's 7 o'clock. I'm your host, maybe not with the most, maybe with the least. So I think I have my volume up and I gotta be an idiot for not remembering to put it down. See, this is why I don't get paid that much, because I'm not that smart. So
I
anyway,
forgot to put my headphones on. I'm like, why can't I hear Nick?
oh, there you go.
Because I forgot to put my It's that kind of day. It's the Friday after Thanksgiving. Like, I think we should both be napping in a coma somewhere. I mean,
Yeah, right?
does your family have big Italian Thanksgiving traditions?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Like what are they? Because
First you get the soup.
okay,
Okay. Then after the soup, you get the timbon, which is like an Italian lasagna. Then you get the pasta. Then you get the chicken and the turkey and the salad and the potatoes and the broccoli and the string beans. And that's just the starters. No, I'm kidding.
it's kind of what it feels like though. Like we do big fancy German traditions in my family, and it's uh 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 sausage, more sausage, some form of cabbage, more sausage, potatoes and some sort of breading, more sausage. Like it
That's
turns
like
into a
when I
whole
went
thing.
to Peter Luger's with Garth and Joe one night. I was like, I haven't eaten out in a steak place in a long time. I'm not going to get that strip of bacon first. So we ate a steak for four, the three of us. And after I was done dinner, I was like, I can still fit in bacon, and I ordered the bacon. But I got to tell you,
Bacon last.
there's no Thanksgiving like an Italian Thanksgiving. Like I said, you get three appetizers, and that you seriously get the soup, the manigot, and the pasta before you get into the real stuff. So it's a place. Hey, Richard, how you doing, man? Jordan, Neil, Ronald, how is everyone doing? Thank you all for being here. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I just really appreciate all of you. It's been a crazy week. I didn't get to do a video, but I'm glad you guys showed up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
we weren't. This was gonna happen. We weren't sure Nick and I were gonna wake up from our respective food comas, our tryptophan highs.
Right?
So, it's good that everybody's here. I did something today to feed my own original art obsession. My new obsession that you've gotten me hooked on here, Nick, which is I went to the framing store and bought frames for
It's a
much of
great
my
drug,
original
isn't
art.
it?
Right. Right. It's just like
It shows no marks except for your wallet gets lighter.
well, I mean, if you see the walls of the studio, hold on,
Wow.
right.
Now
I
that's
spent
a
most of the day
decorated
framing.
studio. I'm still
And I've got
wearing my stretchy pants from all the food I ate yesterday.
I've got 6 or 7 more pieces that still aren't framed or hung.
Oh my God.
So,
And that's a
yeah, I
lot of
mean,
the art that you bought from myself and from Will, right?
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got a few pieces that I've picked up elsewhere, but I wanted to show you this one. I picked this up here on the show. This is the Wonder Man Jeff Johnson 2-page spread.
Yes.
I couldn't find a frame big enough for a 2-page spread, so I got 2 frames.
You the man. That makes perfect sense. It's
It kind of
funny.
looks like the trough of the book right there in the middle.
It's funny. All these 90s books right now are getting back into prominence. I mean, remember when Spawn and McFarlane's Spider-Man and even Death of Superman and Return of Superman were in the quarter bins for the longest time?
Oh,
Now they're
absolutely.
big books. The only one that still hasn't gone up in price is Wonder Man.
Now, and Wonder Man's one of those that people have got to come to realize it's that it's what's
Yep.
something for that
It's
it's there and the IP needs developed.
It was Fabian Nicieza. It was Jeff Johnson. It really was a great book. It really was a beautiful book. I think it just got dragged into all of that 90s hype, Christopher Daly in the house. How you doing, man? So listen, everybody, if you have not yet and you would not mind, please hit that thumbs up button if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, please hit those hearts if you wouldn't mind. Sharing is caring. I don't go on Twitch because I'm an old man. Oh, by the way, subscribe.
Send us robot heads on Twitch. That's the thing. I looked it up.
There you go. Robot heads on Twitch. Kind of like me and Kyle. No independent thinking. We're just
That's
robots here.
Christopher Daly says you can use poster-sized frames for double-page spreads or continuous pages. Yeah, Chris, but I will say this. If you have a Michaels near you and you're looking for frames, they're running a killer deal all weekend. That's where I got all of mine.
Nice.
Poster-sized ones weren't part of the sale.
Hey, you know what? It still looks beautiful, and it'll be like oh God, Mallrats. It'll be like you put it in front of people and see whether or not they realize it's one piece, since you got the two framing sequences.
That's exactly it.
Do you see the ship? Do you see the ship?
Right.
You can
no, I had picked up another piece, and this is what I wanted to ask you about. So I have this guy here.
Okay.
That it's not the same size as most of the art I've bought from you. Is there a second size that original art, is produced in? Like we've talked about 11 by 17. We've talked about, some of those sizes, but is there a second size? Do you know?
Well, I mean, is that 18 by 24 closer to that?
It may be. I haven't measured it. It just didn't fit in the frames that the 11 by 17 ones fit in.
No, I mean, look, there are some artists that use the bigger art, the Silver Age art. I can't remember how big that was, but it looks like it's not twice up art, but it does look like it's bigger. And I just don't remember what size it was. But
no, I mean, that's fair. I didn't know, if there were different standards for different eras.
By the way, Richard wants to know if you or I would like a chocolate covered pretzel. I think I'm going to hold off on that, Richard, because I can't see where your hands are. So,
Richard, remind me to send you some of the pretzel art I have.
Oh my God. Andrew Cuccinata? Andrew Cuccinata is here. Holy free holies. Andrew, did you hit that thumbs up button yet? I mean, we need you, buddy. We've got a Black Friday deal. Hey, Amy, the one thing I need is the missing remark books. That's the only thing I don't have. We've got a great show tonight. And I've got what I would call the best Black Friday deal of them all. All right? This is the best Black Friday deal. Then we have other, or are these the only two remarks tonight? Oh, they're the only two remarks. See, Nick doesn't know. Actually, you know what? Let's do this detective. Let's grab this detective. We're going to have a couple of remarks, and we've got the blockbuster deal of the night. Once we get to 12 people, I'll reveal it because it's a big one. But we will start off tonight with Batman 1000, remarked by Ken Hazer. This is going to be a best offer book starting at $20. So starting at $20, Batman 1000, Ken Hazer remark. And Kyle, this is no fault of Kyle's. Nick being the screwed up person he's been, and just the whole week has been crazed leading into Thanksgiving. And I was honored to be on Bill Cox's Heritage recap on Wednesday. So just been a crazy week. But here is Batman. So he doesn't have the image, and that's on me. Joe L., how are you, sir? So Ronald said there is A3 size of 12 by 16 and a half. So starting at $20, best offer gets this at $7.55. So we have that for this evening.
That was starting at $20, right?
Starting at $20.
So there it is at the bottom. Batman 1000, Ken Hazer remark, best offer starting at $20.
All right. You know what? I said we'll wait till we get to 12 people.
I have 14.
Huh?
There's 14.
14? Awesome. Yep. All right. This is really rare. This is when we first got the Shadow license in 2012. So it's almost the 10th anniversary.
Is that that's not the one?
This is a different image. That's not the image that I have. This image here.
There you go. Other direction.
There we go.
Yeah. I couldn't tell which way he was facing for a minute.
No worries. So this is a $2,500 book. but it's Black Friday. So we're going to do the doorbuster of the day. Best offer, but this is something retailers got for ordering 250 copies. That is hand drawn by Alex Ross. Hand drawn by Alex. This one, there were only 200 of these remarks drawn. And I call them a remark, but look at that. That is a really beautiful shot. We are going to start this at $500. Best offer at $755 gets it. So we're going to start at $500, and best offer gets it at $755. Now, not only, I'm going to do one thing real quick. I want to show you the certificate because it being Alex Ross, because of how important this was, because it was Garth Ennis, because it was the first Shadow comic in 20 years. Here we are offering the Shadow remarked 200 in the world by Alex Ross, best offer at $755.
And by the way, like we talk about this and we kind of gloss over it sometimes. You can open the book and look inside. The
Yes,
Aaron Campbell art on this run of the Shadow is some of my favorite Shadow art that isn't in any way related to Howard Chaykin. Like
Howard to me
it's my favorite that isn't related to him. Like this is one of my favorite runs, and the interior pages on this are just spectacular. They're just insane. Like it's dark, it's gritty, it's just the way the Shadow should be portrayed. And I mean, the Alex Ross original sketch on the cover, Alex Ross doesn't pick up a pencil for less than $5 or $6 grand. So like, what are you doing if you're not bidding $500 on this deal?
Yep. So this is best offer. And, our holofoil seals are made so that you can take them off to read the book. I'm glad Kyle remembered to mention that because I'm a doofus and forgot.
Well, we talk about it so much and we kind of can gloss over it on something like this. But this was the first Shadow in 20 years. It's Garth Ennis, the Shadow. And it's that Campbell art that just gets it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and... it's funny. We were talking about Howard Chaykin real quick. I just want to touch on this because The Shadow is one of my all-time 80s favorite comic series. And it was a dream come true to get the license for Dynamite. The amazing part about Howard Shadow to me is he had a buildup in that first issue. In that first issue, he had a buildup from page 1 to 21. Where you had a story that brought you in. Look, it's giving me goosebumps. I love this book so much. It's giving me goosebumps. He had a story that drew you in, and you don't even get the Shadow in the first issue. You get Lamont Cranston on the last page saying, "Hello, Margot." It was so classic.
Howard understood the Shadow, and Garth understands him too, in a way that no one has understood the Shadow since Will Eisner.
Yep.
Like, so it really does. It tastes like it's supposed to taste. I don't know how otherwise I'd explain it. Right. It hits you the way. And if you've ever had an experience in New York City that was, especially before New York City turned into Disneyland.
Right.
It just is like old home week. Like you just feel it in your bones the way it's supposed to feel. So, like I said, Garth did an amazing job in this series as well.
Well, Garth and Howard approached it the same way. They approached it saying, Lamont Cranston is the person you got to write about to get behind the Shadow. And that was the way to make it work. By having Lamont be the focal point, when the Shadow appeared, it was bigger. It was better. It made it just sing more. So, look, Shadow's one of my favorite characters. One of the biggest honors we've ever had was publishing The Shadow. And one thing I couldn't believe was when we reprinted the Mike Kaluta, Russ Heath original graphic novel that Marvel published, 1941, and I held that in my hands. and I have the original from Marvel and the Dynamite edition, and I just it's just magic. So it's Black Friday. This is a really, really premium piece of art. And I just wanted to reward everyone by bringing it out and making it available. So if anyone, let's see, the words at the bottom and Nick are a little blurry tonight. Oh, are you seeing it blurry?
Ron, that's going to be related to your internet connection.
Yeah, that may be your internet connection, buddy. I hope you get it fixed because you really want to see this shadow. You may have to tell your wife that you're watching shadow boxing or something. I can't think of anything better. Maybe you tell her that the sketch is free. It's the packaging that costs $500 or whatever it goes for.
You're just listening to an old-timey radio program where we're talking about Playboy Man About Town, Lamont Cranston.
Exactly. Oh, man. All right. So let's go to another. You know what? Hawkeye started on Wednesday.
What's up, Sean Butler? Yes, Hawkeye did start on Wednesday.
Oh, Nick and Kyle, happy belated Thanksgiving to you too. Richard Ship, it's the shipping is $500. We'll see if it's 500 or we see if the shipping goes up in price. That's right, Ronald. Just tell your wife you can't believe how much USPS is charging or UPS is charging for shipping these days. You got a $2,500 Alex Ross sketch, but man, was the shipping expensive. So, Hawkeye, I believe. Oh,
Hawkeye, number 3.
Yes.
Is this the first page spread?
I don't even have to do this.
This might be the first page splash, right?
This is issue 3, first page splash. That's all, folks. I really did have a little bit too much pasta manigot last night, and man, those chicken cutlets were good. Let's see. This is issue 3, page 1. This is from the Hawkeye series back in. Oh, I don't even. God.
This is Tom Rainey and Scott Hanna.
So this had to be
this
like
would have been early 2000s. No, a little before that because the Hawkeye we're seeing on TV was I think 2 series after that. So this would have been maybe 2008, 2009.
Oh wow. Okay. So 12 or 13 years old. Art by Tom Rainey, inks by Scott Hanna. I will tell you, I got to work on my pricing in the future. Real quick, this is how much I paid for it back then. $500. That's what I paid for it. I might have gotten a little bit of a discount. I can't remember. When you get to be my age. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I also didn't remember what year it came out. So really, when you get to be my age, this is a beautiful piece of artwork. It's an incredible splash. The Hawkeye series just hit this week. It started on Wednesday, and it's ideal timing. I believe we did have this on last Friday's show, and Amy suggested I put it on one more time in case there were people who watched Hawkeye who all of a sudden said, it'd be really cool to have something Hawkeye related. So we brought this in. For those of you who may have come in a few minutes later, this Detective 1000 real quick. We started off at best offer, Ken Hazer sketch, kind of doing this little bit of a Bob Kane there, like Batman overseeing the castle. $20 opening offer, best offer gets it tonight. Just
so this quick. Was Nick, we were both off a little bit. This was 2009. Dark Reign Hawkeye.
Oh man, and with the new Dark Reign series hitting, this is perfect timing.
Andy Diggle written, Tom Rainey and Scott Hanna pencils and inks.
There you go. Dave
Sharp letters.
I love working with Dave Sharp. He's working on some of our books right now. Great guy. Pitt, you are a young spring chicken, sir.
And you guys out there listening, if you watch this show regularly when I'm on, you know that this is my favorite art team that I didn't know was my favorite art team until Nick got me addicted to them. Tom Rainey and Scott Hanna when they do buildings, they're the most pretty, most beautiful things I've ever seen. And this is a building with a Hawkeye in front of it. Like, you doesn't get a whole lot better. And if you watched Hawkeye, and so, okay, the opening scene of Hawkeye, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but if you've seen the original Avengers, you've seen the scene, is the Battle of New York, right? And Hawkeye in that battle does this. He jumps off a building, shoots it with an arrow, and swings in a window, which is exactly what he's doing on this page. So this is scene 1 of the Hawkeye series. It's the big, climax scene in the original Avengers movie. This is what Hawkeye does. So, like, you're picking up something that is just iconic on every level.
Which was the scene in Endgame.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
Hawkeye and Batman do the same thing. They attach themselves to a building and then swing on it or climb up it. Like, it's what they do. So this is, totally iconic. Those are some of the things I didn't get framed up today, Nick, were my Tom Rainey, Scott Hanna pieces.
Well, but I'm sure they forgive you.
I've got 4 of them now. So.
Well, I mean, and that's the funny part is that once you do get hooked on original art, there is a feeling of being the only person that owns something, and in a good way, that is just incredible. I mean, when you have a piece of artwork that touches you emotionally, that really means something to you, there is hard to have any feeling that replaces that. I mean, look, I feel that way about comics. We were talking about The Shadow, how lucky I am to have had the license for The Shadow. It's just having a piece of Alex Ross art is special. Having Hawkeye art is special. Really, really fortunate. And if you have the opportunity to get original art, I would always say go for it, because it's just, and the community is so fantastic. By the way, if you're watching the show live tonight, make sure at 9:00 you go to Comic Art Fans Live on YouTube, whether you're watching us on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. 9:00 tonight, Comic Art Fans Live. Bill Cox is doing his weekly update. Always a great thing to watch. I am going to be watching it later because I've got something else I'm doing. But if you get a chance to watch it, please watch it.
Then in another window,
a lot more people on Facebook tonight than we usually do.
Yeah. Well, oh, absolutely. We got a good group on both platforms tonight. But then in another window, while you're watching Bill's update, make sure you come back to the experience and watch Friday Night Live with Nancy McCann, live from Comics Unlimited in Cleveland, Tennessee. They're having a Black Friday sale on their show too.
There you go.
Which I think means that we're just going to make Carlos run.
You've got 2 great choices. You've got Bill Cox, Comic Art Fans Live, and Nancy McCann of Comics Unlimited. And you can just put up 2 screens, watch both. One you enjoy watching, one you try and claim items before anybody else does. And Nancy puts on a great show, I have to tell you. She's one of the most mature. You don't want to say
Nancy's an OG.
She's an OG.
She's an OG. She has.
Well, I don't want to say oldest. I mean, she's still 29.
Well, she's an original gangster. She's been around a long time. She's been in the comic industry longer than Image Comics.
OCG, original comic gangster.
There you go. Nancy's stories are some of the best. She does a segment every week on her show, the Photo of the Week. And sometimes it's, you can't believe what she's like, so this is the time when the whole staff at Image just took a lunch break and came to my store. And it's Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane, all these guys, because they were like a block from her shop when they opened Image. And I'm like, wait. They just showed up, and she's like, yeah. Like,
the best
who
part
has that story?
Best part is she's like, yeah.
Right.
Sean, by the way, if anybody tonight on any of the items we have for sale, you need to, if you did want to put in your offer of $500 or more, Sean, we can do a payment plan. We want our fans who are loyal to us to be happy. and anything that makes you happy is great. Again, if you're just tuned in, if you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up or hit those hearts, or if you're on Facebook or Twitter, hit those hearts if you wouldn't mind. If you're on YouTube, thumbs up. If you're on Twitch, hit that Android. And share if you wouldn't mind. Sharing is caring. And subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell for notifications.
Nick, there's a piece I want to see because the creator list on it's insane. But before we do that, would you hold up the Batman one more time, the detective? You know, we're talking about original art. If there's, sometimes it's hard to get original art. It is pricey. This is the easiest way, right? Is to get remarks. So this is a Ken Hazer Batman 1000 remark. This would be probably an $89.99 or $100 book regularly, starting at $20. So you can bid $20 on it, and you might walk away with this at 80% off. Like, boom, just done. And you own a piece of original art. Thank you, Nick.
No
I brought some of my own images to help out. And when I first got into getting original pieces of art before I got into buying original pages, I was buying stuff like this, which is another blank remark, just like Ken does. This is Tom Richmond from Mad Magazine doing Nova.
Oh my God, that's awesome! That is awesome. And Richard Ship has offered $20. So
nice.
Richard is in the lead with the base offer of $20. Thank you, Richard. Yeah. Really appreciate you, man.
So I get a sketch from Tom Richmond every time I see him. That's Alfred E. Newman as Nova.
You got to get me Alfred E. Newman as the Flash. I mean,
I have one.
Do you really?
Yes. I will try and find it and send you an image for next week's show.
Yeah. Now I can't get one. I thought I was asking for something unique. How about Bizarro? How about Mixoplex?
Okay. I can talk to Tom. But so here's another example. This is a guy named J.J. Cott, who's a super indie artist. Like, this might have cost me $20 to get this original piece on a Spawn cover.
This one, Richard? Sorry, real quick. Richard's asking, oh my God, that's awesome. Richard's asking about
that shadow remark it's an Alex Ross shadow remark.
This is a Jay Lee. So which one do you want to know about, Richard? The Alex Ross's best offer starting at $500. So, and if you want to talk about the Jay Lee, we'll talk about that. But I think we're going to a break, and we'll come right back.
Yes, we're going to take a quick break
to talk about.
Yep.
You know what? Okay, before we go to break, we'll talk about it a little bit more. The Jay Lee is best offer starting at $100. So my Black Friday blockbuster for you are the Alex Ross and the Jay Lee. So the Jay Lee is $100, best offer by $755, $100 opening offer. All right, we will see you in 2 minutes.
That Jay Lee deal, man. Oh crap!
I know,
just sprung that on me, and then asked me to go to commercial break. All right, we'll be right back.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Welcome back, everybody.
Huh?
Welcome back. I'm gonna put this up and just go, Ship. You know you want it.
Actually, Sean Butler said the same thing. You know you want that Jay Lee, Richard.
It's a $2,000 piece. Starting bid at $100
One
bucks.
hundo. Starting bid at one hundo.
Right.
I don't know who started that, and sometimes I like that phrase, and sometimes I don't. So
one
Richard,
bones.
huh?
Like one bones. Like that's it.
That's it. I
100
love
bones.
that.
Let's
One
go.
bones. That's it. Old school, baby, because I'm old. So one bones right now, opening offer. It is $2,000, but we're gonna do opening offer, and it is just an incredible, incredible, incredible piece of art. Come on, Chip. Christmas in November. It's exactly 30 days before Christmas. So somehow. So anyway, where did you pull that image from?
This image?
Yeah.
It's the one Amy sent me.
Okay. So Christmas in November. It's 30 days before Christmas.
Oh, please don't start Nick on the Christmas and months not named December. Please don't start. Rex and I just fixed him.
Well, he threw out Rudolph, so that was a hint to me.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what does that Alex Ross remark normally go for? Sean, it goes for $2,500. They're really, really rare. They go for $2,500. Opening offer,
5 bones.
5 bones.
500 bucks.
Yep. And
So-
remember, you only have 21 minutes.
Right.
We stop at 7:55, and the show is over at 7:58. So,
And guys, if you need some help, Nick is great at offering a payment plan.
Yep.
Some down now and some over the next 30 days, something like that. So literally, you could pay it off, and they ship so fast there at the Dynamite Dynamic Forces. You can have it in time for Christmas,
Yep.
probably,
You
assuming
don't
the
even
supply
need me
chain
on
is
the
good.
show. Kyle's got it all down.
I do. I have the spiel. I had another. Let's see. I had a couple more remarks that I was going to show of my own out of my own
Go.
stash. This is a Spider Woman, Seth the Moose art.
Beautiful.
Return of Wolverine. Another Seth
Oh
the Moose.
man, I love that.
Then this is one of my favorites. This is Spawn Kills Everyone 2 art. It's a jam piece. Art Balthazar, Franco, Scoot McMahon, Dan Doherty, Jay Fosgit, Milena Donano did Strawberry Shortcake, and then Ryan Brown did the Finn and Jake down here at the bottom, just as a little fun thing. And then there's a Lucifer. I have a ton of remarks. I love remarks. And then
Remarks
this is
are great.
That's not it. I thought I had one more remark. Here's the other one. This is
Nice.
another Spawn Kills Everyone. I loved these because then artists could literally draw anyone they wanted.
I love the way you got everybody running, including Hal Jordan.
Right.
Let's see. You should see my Garrett Gunn remark. Email it to us, man. Email it to us. We'll show it. We have no fear of doing that. If
So,
you're
like I
Facebook
said-
friends with Kyle, messenger it to him.
Yeah. Remarks are a great way, and blank covers are a great way to start getting into this, kind of getting your feet wet in this kind of art collecting. Figuring out which artists you like, and then figuring out kind of what stuff costs. So, speaking of artists I like and what stuff costs, can we look at comic book artist number 18?
I was about to say, I swear to God, who is I open for 500 on the Alex Ross remark with a payment plan. You got it, Ronald. $500 with a payment plan. Anybody else? Payment plans are allowed. But you killed my intro, Kyle. You killed my intro. Who is the most important name in Marvel Cinematic history and Marvel Cinematic Universe outside of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby? Most important name today.
I'm going to make a joke because I know what your answer is, but
What's your joke?
my joke was going to be Louise Simonson. But
See, Louise is very important because she shepherded a lot of the best X-Men and other stories in the Marvel universe.
right, she's
So
going to be a key player in the wave we're heading into.
Yep. But who is, and don't say Gemini.
Let's
Who
just
is,
show him the piece. Because
why
all three
Jim
of the people.
Starlin? Jim
Yes.
Starlin. Jim Starlin is the biggest name, the most important creator in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When you think about it, not only was Avengers and Avengers Endgame, not only were those two movies based on everything Jim Starlin did in Infinity Gauntlet, everything led to that. And even Guardians of the Galaxy with Drax the Destroyer. Now you have Warlock and Eros, Star Fox coming. Apparently, Magus may be coming with Warlock. The Church of Magus, Pip the Troll.
Can I show him the piece? Can I show him the piece?
Yes, show them the piece.
Oh,
is that beautiful or what?
So it's Jim Starlin, Al Milgrom, and Alan Weiss. All three are Hall of Fame level Marvel creators. All three. And you got Thanos, you got Doctor Strange, you got is that Adam Warlock on the cover?
No. It's Eros. It's
Eros?
It's Warlock. It's Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange. Yeah,
Captain Marvel. And Thanos.
Oh yeah, you got Thanos down there too. Jesus, I never even realized.
I think you've undervalued this piece, Nick.
Wow. Look, I will tell you what I always say. And Sean, you're right. Chris Claremont is huge. I mean, again, I just want to make sure that when Kyle and I both agree that Louise Simonson was such a great, strong editorial hand, yet still allowed Chris Claremont to tell the stories that he wanted to tell. It's the reason why he was one of the reasons why, and a main reason you can say, the X-Men were the #1 title from the late 1970s, leading into the early 90s when he left the series. I mean, he literally is one of the greatest writers the industry has ever had. And he has created so much tapestry that very few others can hope to have created. And Marvel has built a lot on his stories, but Louise Simonson was a great editor for him. And that's why I want to make sure that they both get their due. I have not watched the full documentary, Sean. I've seen bits and pieces. So please feel free to chime in. But I hear Anna Senti was on there, and she wrote probably my second favorite Daredevil run. A lot of that also had to do with John Romita Jr. and Al Williamson working on it. So,
all right, can we tell them what the price on this one is? And I do think it's undervalued based on who did it and what's on it. I think it's low.
Go for it.
So this is Jim Starlin, Al Milgrom, Alan Weiss. It's a jam piece, $18,500.
Yep, $18,000.
I think this is easily a 20 to 22 grand.
I would think that if it was a published Marvel cover,
yes.
It is a published comic book. I got to be careful with the art. What am I doing? If it was a published Marvel cover, absolutely would be more. But it's comic book artist, and you've got beautiful pencils by Jim Starlin, inks by Alan Weiss, inks by Al Milgrom. It's funny when you think about it. Jim had a short run on Doctor Strange, but it was impactful.
Yes.
But nothing is more impactful than Warlock is about to be. Nothing is more impactful than the potential of Captain Marvel if the original Captain Marvel comes back.
And Eros plays a huge role throughout this whole era as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting.
It's Thanos' brother.
Well, and then there's a ton of stories and I don't know what Marvel's going to do and what they're not, but Dan Wickline was breaking this down for us on the Dan Wickline show when he talked about Eros. Eros has storylines with Doctor Strange, with She-Hulk, with Hawkeye, with a ton of with all of the Eternals, with all of these characters that we're being introduced to now. He crosses over into everything Now,
Yep.
some of those stories I will grant you probably won't happen on screen because they get a little problematic, but
You think?
okay, they get a lot problematic.
No. I mean, there's one particular trait that Eros has that would be
Yes,
problematic.
Eros is, he's got his problems.
Yes.
But he crosses over with a lot of characters and is involved in a lot of the bigger, what I'm going to go ahead and call the Bronze Age big events. Eros is kind of there. One of my favorite stories from American history is the story of Abraham Lincoln's son, who was present at the first 3 assassinations of U.S. presidents.
Okay.
Same guy. Eros is like that. He shows up and bad stuff happens or good stuff happens, but it's never boring.
Creative Keep is in the house. John, how are you, sir? Sean Butler, this page is worth more than my Mustang I traded out of. Yeah, Sean, it is a little crazy, but everybody should always remember, buy the art you love. Do not buy art for any other reason than you love it. John, real quick, the only things you missed so far, in addition to the comic book artist, is we have the Hawkeye #1, which we had last week, but Amy suggested I bring it back. This is $500 MSRP. On this show, we're offering it for $399. On future shows, we will be offering it for more. And the funny thing is that I was looking at the price I paid in 2009, and so I may have gotten a little bit of a discount, but it says $500. So if I got a little bit of a discount, that was about it.
We've also covered two Shadow remarks.
Yep. We have the Detective 1000. This is opening offer of $20, and so far Ship is in the lead with a $20 offer. There's 11 minutes left, and we're going off at 7:58 on the nose because we need to prep for something else. And as I said before, at 9 o'clock, you've got Bill Cox with the weekly recap on Comic Art Live, and you have Nancy McCann at Comics Unlimited here on The Experience. We have, thank you, $35. Yep, I think we all had a great start to Thanksgiving. We're all here. Please hit that thumbs up if you haven't, and hit the bell for notifications. We also have The Shadow by Jay Lee. This is opening bid of $100. Kyle can run the information at the bottom. And then we have The Shadow Remark by Alex Ross. This is also best offer, opening bid of $500. And right now, Ronald is in the lead at $500. So, and if anyone needs a payment plan, I'm happy to do a payment plan tonight. And then we were talking about comic book artist Jim Starlin cover with inks by Alan Weiss. Let me just see one thing, just to make sure. Yep, Weiss. And Al Milgram. And this is, how much is it again, Kyle? I forgot.
This is $18.5.
$18.5. Thanks for getting, our pleasure, man. John's a star, friend of the show, just like everybody is. Appreciate everybody coming in the day after Thanksgiving. These are our blockbuster offers of the night right now. Shadow Jay Lee, open offer, $100. Best offer gets it. Detective 1000, best offer gets it. Right now, current offer is $35. And Alex Ross Remark, The Shadow, best offer starting at $500 gets it. Right now, we have Ronald $500. And we have 9 minutes left until we take the final bid. I will say, don't try and snipe because it hardly ever works out with the 20 or 30-second lag that we have here. So even when I said that there were 9 minutes, it went to the 8-minute mark. So for everybody. All right.
Countdowns in the chat. But it's so, Nick, the two pieces I wanted to talk about are the two biggest pieces we brought tonight.
Okay.
Because Al Milgram, who inked part of that comic artist's book, Michigan guy,
Yeah.
Detroit, part of the Detroit mob. And you have another piece from a Detroit mob guy who I got to know very well late in his life and wound up being a huge impact on me, but is one of the most legendary cover artists to ever work for either company, Rich Buckler. And so you have a Justice League of America that's a Rich Buckler cover that just made my jaw like break off and fall to the floor when I saw it.
Yeah.
This is just an incredible piece. When a world dies screaming, you know, Rich was a great artist and wonderful person, if not a little crazy there at the end of his life, but he had earned it doing work like this.
Now the funny part about this is, so you're seeing the overlay. The overlay has redrawn heads, which is crazy because it's almost exactly the same, the faces, but you can see the differences slightly. Like Superman looks a little bit more scared, Batman looks a little bit more perplexed there. And then,
this is because DC had like stock heads, right? They wanted characters to look a certain.
No, not on this. I think that they wanted like Batman to look less afraid and more. I would almost say like, I don't even know how to say it. Like just a little bit less. There are tweaks that you really have to see up close. Now, do you want to see the scariest thing about this?
Are you talking about the price?
Look at the price. Let me get to it. Do you see that?
Am
I showing you the right one?
2,500?
Nope.
I can only kind of barely
make out. $25.
20.
It's $25.
I'll give you. I will give you that now. And we won't even put up the price.
Even you'll even give me the cost of inflation if that was an option.
That's true.
No. So
we've added several zeros.
This cover was definitely a pricey cover. This was a great issue. By
the way, signed by Rich at the top. Rich Buckler signatures are notoriously hard to come by.
Yep. And
he didn't sign a lot.
Carlo. It was inked by Mike DiCarlo, which is not a team I remember doing a lot together.
No, and I will say this: by the time I don't actually own a Rich signature. The man rode in my car, but he never signed anything for me because he was scared to sign anything at the end of his life. That was kind of how it went with him. He got a little, like I said, he had earned the right to be crazy. And I love him for it, but he wouldn't sign anything because he was worried it was always a contract that make him draw something.
Wow. Great artist. I mean, I loved All-Star Squadron with him. Jerry Ordway inking him was fantastic. An incredible talent. I mean, he worked on pretty much every character. You know, he worked on, he had runs on Fantastic Four, Superman, Justice League. Just one of those artists that had as you said, a profound effect on the industry. So really fortunate to have this cover, offering it if anybody wants it. It is pricey. We have 5 minutes left.
Contact us for pricing.
Yes, contact us for pricing. All right, we'll just stick with the best offers. See, this is what I'm talking about. We lost 40 seconds in the lag between when we said there was 5 minutes and now. All right, best offer, Detective 1000, Ken Hazer remark. Comes with a certificate of authenticity, as all of our remarks do. Opening bid, current bid is $35. Jay Lee remark. This was a retailer incentive. You had to order 100 copies of The Shadow to get it. Oversized certificate we created for this. Opening offer, $100. And Alex Ross remark, also oversized certificate because of how special it was. You had to order 250 of these, 250 Shadow number ones to get this as a retailer. Opening offer, $500. As I'm saying this, there's less than 3 minutes for the offers. Hawkeye, one more time, issue 3, page 1. This is $399. Tom Rainey pencils, Scott Hanna inks. It's just a great one. Now, were you a retailer when we offered the Shadow #1 initially, or were you still a fan? I mean, you're still a fan.
What year was that?
2012.
I would have been the manager of the store I wound up owning.
Okay. So that was a huge deal for us, having the Shadow. As I said earlier today, it was a childhood dream to publish the Shadow. Howard Chaykin just being one of my heroes. One of the most important series of the 80s as far as I was concerned. So we really wanted to go out big. We were really fortunate that Alex Ross and Jay Lee did covers, and they wanted this to be a success for Dynamite. So they not only did covers, but they also did remarks, which helped us greatly have one of the best-selling books of our publishing career at the time. So original art, it's just fantastic. And we're down to the last minute and a half. So,
Chip, are you going to jump in on that Shadow?
The Batman just dropped $5. Whoever wins the Batman gets $5 discount.
All right. Creative Keep goes down to 30.
Well, it's 35, but the $5 discount.
Right.
I'll go for that Shadow remark for 100. All right. So right now, $500 to Ronald in the lead. $100 to Creative Keep in the lead, and $35 to Creative Keep, which will be 30 because Nick's an idiot. So listen, everybody, we didn't get to all the artwork tonight. We'll get to more artwork next week. You know, we got to show you some of Kyle's new art. He was really excited, and I'm excited for him. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and just really appreciate everybody that came in. We still have 10 people watching, 16 thumbs up.
12, Nick. You're still only seeing the YouTube numbers, buddy.
We still have 12 people watching. Thank you. Plus Facebook and Twitch and everywhere else. So it's just really appreciated. Any corner damages on that Deceive comic remark after the drop? Believe it or not, no. Let me show you real quick. It actually fell flat, but just because I'm an idiot, it fell flat on its face. Guess I'm watching the replay. Sure, it was a great show. And Bing is closed. So it's still in great condition. Nick just made it fall flat on its face, thankfully. But I'm still knocking $5 off for being an idiot. So
Nick, in the last 5 minutes of the show,
unless 3 minutes.
Well, you know, we're in charge here. We can make these rules up as we go along. I had a piece that I picked up, and I thought it was one thing, and I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I was wondering if any of our wonderful viewers could help me identify the comic that this is from. I have no idea who the artist is. I have no idea what any of it is. I picked it up. It's blue lines, and then it's inked.
What's it say at the top?
It says, hold on. I actually have to walk over to it.
Okay. Ronald, let us know what payment plan you need. You're good, buddy. Whatever payment plan you need, you know, whatever you can put down, I know you're good for it.
That's all I can read is it's MT1 or MTL. Anybody got any ideas?
MTL.
MT1 maybe?
Huh.
Yeah, I have no idea. But I picked it up as part of a deal to get more stuff. I got a bunch of stuff with it. So I picked it up not knowing anything about it. Just, you know, I thought maybe any of our viewers might know. This I picked up. This is Vince Locke. This is out of Dead World.
Beautiful.
Yeah, full plate. I really enjoyed that one. And then I showed this one earlier. This is The Burger That Saved the World. It is Henry Scarapelli pencils with John D'Agostino inks.
Nice.
And John was on Archie for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
So I was pretty excited. That also Jughead's not on the cover of a Jughead book or on the first page of a Jughead book. It's just Madge.
Yep.
And then this is a Ted McKeever.
Nice.
And I used to know which book this came out of, but I've forgotten since then. I'll find out
what
again.
I'm going to do real quick is, Amy, take these out of my hands before I do something. Before I do something stupid, let's keep Ronald and John's books in good condition, please.
So,
Kyle,
those are some of my newest pickups.
Everybody, thank you for a great night. You guys are awesome. 9 o'clock, you've got Nancy McCann on The Experience, Black Friday Blockbusters, or Comic Art Live with Bill Cox. He's got the week recap, the Comic Art recap, or watch both. You can watch them both on YouTube. I want to thank everyone for being here. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Wishing you a great holiday weekend, an enjoyable one. Hopefully you got to see your family and friends. And don't forget, Sunday we have Fat Jack's Latchkey Manifesto at 6. And on Monday, Miss Jen will have an interview at 5. Rex and John will be here at 6 with Comic Collectibles. And then 8 o'clock, Miss Jen will be back. And we have another great week of shows. So thank you, everybody.
Yep,
great weekend.
I know Nick's up against it, but before we go off the air, Creative Keep, you got the Jay Lee and the Batman. And then Ron, you got the Alex Ross.
Yep.
If you guys could fill out the form that's in the comments, that would be great. And we will see everybody next week.
Take care, everybody.
I got to click the right thing. Here we go.